Hey there, this is Courtney Ken, coming to you live from my living room, actually. I'm here to talk to you guys today a little bit about what life coaching is, because that's what I do. I'm a life coach. And a lot of people don't really know what life coaching is. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that and talk to you about a cool webinar that I'm hosting on February 1st. That's coming up, give you a little bit of information about that. So what is a life coach? Do I need to have a problem to get a life coach? Are you like a therapist? Well, not really. Basically, my job is to help a person live out their dreams. So the reality of our lives is that we're going to create our lives no matter what. We don't get that as an option. The option where the choice comes in for us is, are we going to create our lives by design or by default? Okay, are we actively designing a life that we love living? Or are we living a mediocre life that's good but not great because we're just living according to default? We just live according to what people tell us is the way to do things, and kind of just going with the flow all the time, but not really designing it the way that we would love it. Think about it for a second. What would you love your life to look like if there was no one there to tell you no? Okay. That's where we come from. That's what I do as a life coach, is we define that, and I teach you techniques and tools that are used by some of the most successful people by actually all of the most successful people in the whole world and in history. These are tools that they have handed down to us, and if we can learn this system, we can live those lives where we feel successful. That might be money success, that might be health, that might be in our relationships, that might be in the time freedom that we have, whatever it is, the area of success we're looking for. That's where I come in, and we define that. What does that look like for you, and how do we bridge that gap from where I am to where I want to be? Okay, so Life Coaching 101, there you have it. A little bit about what a life coach does and what I do in my job. Now, the webinar that I'm hosting, that's coming up February 1st, 11 a.m. This webinar is, we're going to dive deep into this whole idea of New Year's resolutions, okay? Except I am a firm hater of New Year's resolutions, re-solutions. It's like we have to re-solve the same problem over and over and over again, right? And we're coming from this of like, what is this thing that I don't like about myself? I'm here to help you to switch your perspective, take a new way of thinking on, instead of re-solving this problem, trying it again. We kind of set ourselves up for failure by doing that, because we're approaching it saying that I have a problem. Okay, a little bit what we're going to talk about in this webinar is, how do I approach solving my problems by not actually focusing on having a problem? How do I design questions for my life that are going to actually get me somewhere versus versus making me focus on all the things that I don't like about myself? Okay, Tony Robbins, maybe I'm hungry. I'm pregnant, must be hungry. Thinking of Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins, he has this saying that he says over and over and over, which is, the quality of our life is determined by the quality of the questions that we ask. So what kind of questions are you asking yourself? Are you asking yourself, how am I going to pay my bills at the end of the month? Or are you asking yourself, how am I going to make more money this month than I've ever made before? See the difference? One limits you, one opens up possibilities. Okay, are you asking yourself, how am I ever going to lose 20 pounds? I want to lose 20 pounds so bad. How am I going to lose 20 pounds? How am I going to lose 20 pounds? I'm going to go to the gym. Well, what happens after that? Right? You lose 20 pounds. Do you feel better about yourself? Probably not. So are you asking that question? Or are you asking yourself, how can I feel alive, sexy, and in love with my body to the point where I can't resist treating it like a temple? See the difference? All right, so we're going to talk about those kinds of things, talk about some questions. I'm going to teach you a whole bunch of good techniques to use as you're building this plan for the best year that you could ever possibly have, just waiting for you to live it ahead of you. Okay, get rid of the idea of a New Year's resolution. Let's just solve these problems once and for all and take on a whole new way of thinking And that's what's going to solve it. Okay, so I hope that you join me again. It's February 1st, 11 o'clock a.m. If you can't make it at that time, sign up anyways. Click the link above to sign up, and I'll send you an email so I can send you out the link to the video once the webinar is done. But you do need to sign up in order to get that link. So definitely do that. February 1st, it's a Wednesday, 11 a.m. Click the link so that you can be a part of this webinar. And again, stop resolving those problems, and let's just solve them once and for all and start living that life that you really truly desire and the one that you deserve. All right, until next time, we'll see you later. Create yourself a great day. Mwah.